Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm coming to you with another Sharpie Creative Marker review. Now, Sharpie has come out with a new set, the Earth Tones, and I want to see if this set is just as wonderful as the first set that came out. Now, this set is only available in bullet tip form, but I'm really excited because there is a brown in this set. I complained about a lack of brown in the other set, so I'm actually the most excited to see how the brown turns out. Feel free to pause here. It just lets you know how to care for it, all the surfaces that it works on. I'm only going to try paper today, but it lets you know store them horizontally. They don't blend together. You don't have to prep them and all that fun stuff. Feel free to pause and read the back. But for now, let's get in to see how these colors lay down on paper. So as I've mentioned before, I've already done this line of markers in the original set. So what I decided to do is take my white paper, squiggle the 12 original colors, and then I'm going to come in with the new colors, line them up next to them, and see how they lay down. So I'm going to review these markers on 3 different kinds of paper. I'm going to do it on white and black like the first time, and I'm going to do the tan colors. So obviously there isn't a perfect color match. So I matched up the colors, pink and pink, purple, purple, blue, blue, you get the gist, as well as I could. And I lined it up as aesthetically as I could, but obviously there isn't a perfect color match. So right off the bat, I decided I was going to do splotches of paint for my swatches. So splotches for swatches, say that 10 times over. I don't know if you can, I don't even think I can. And right away, my first impressions were these are very blotchy and streaky, way more than the first set. So it really surprised me. And as we go through the colors, I was surprised there are quite a few pastel colors, and the earth tones tend to be more muted. So as you saw in my notes, and as I'm obviously going to show you guys, these absolutely need a second coat to not be streaky. But the thing is any acrylic paint marker, you will most likely need to layer up. Some are coming out on the market that you don't have to do it as much, but it's just not uncommon to have to do it. So it's not a complaint, it's just an observation. So as you guys are going to see, this Micron pen is going to be my best friend, and I'm just really enjoying outlining these colors with this particular pen. So if you've never decided to try to outline your acrylic paint marker doodles with a Micron, do it. It's really fun. So here are my observations for the white paper. It absolutely needs a second coat. And I find the thinner the color, the more transparent and streaky it is. And this particular color down here, the reason I put a 3 is yes, I find it needed 3 coats to look nice and to match up with all the other colors. I am very pleased with the brown. Again, surprised that there's so many pastel tones as opposed to earth tones. I think I was expecting different colors, but I'm not disappointed. I'm not sad about it. I'm just surprised. The one color that has really thrown me for a loop is this color. It looks like a tan brown in certain lightings, but I promise you it's an orange. So right now I'm showing you guys what I did in my previous video with the previous set on the black paper. I love how it laid down in the black paper. I love how matte and flat everything was, and I was so happy with these colors. So I am going to obviously review this set in the same sketchbook on the same black paper to see how it turns out. Alrighty, I went for a very simple swatch. Over here, I just did one coat, just one coat. And as you guys can see, it is streaky and more transparent than the first set was. Not complaining, but definitely noticeable. Down here, I did a second coat, and already the colors are laying down so much more smoothly, beautifully. So this set you absolutely need, unless you want it to look transparent, needs a second coat. So these are my observations. I also noticed that the blues laid down very nicely. Purples weren't bad, but the blues laid down nicely, and then the brown was my second one to impress me. So those are the colors I liked the most. Now, I talked about wanting to do more hand lettering. I am drawing out hand lettering here so that I can have a nice, fun swatch page, and I want to use every single color, utilize them in one drawing so that we can see how it looks kind of like what I did in the other set. So right now, I decided since it's earth tones and I like puns, I'm going to use the earth colors, the blue for the waters and the green for the land. And I'm going to put those colors in the word earth because that's just how I am. I couldn't resist it. So here everything is almost complete. So from far away, things look good, but if you zoom in, you can see certain colors are still transparent. So now, while baby's napping, there's my iPad that I painted. I'm actually gonna link that vlog down below for you. And then I'm almost done the drawing here. So while baby's sleeping, shh, we are going to finish this up. So we're going to zoom in to what I was talking about before. It looks finished from far away and they lay down nice, but the closer you get, the more you can see that the pale colors really are transparent. And if you want to have a nice cohesive look, more like the blues, laying down flat, even that green, I was really impressed with how it laid down nicely. It's just for some reason, this is the one I actually put a number 3 next to on the previous page. The paler the color, the more watery and transparent it is, but I wanted to zoom in so you guys could see. It does lay on nicely as soon as you get to another layer and another layer and another layer, but it definitely needs it. So these markers, if you remember anything, just remember, work in nice thin layers and be patient. And then of course I brought in that micron that I'm just loving so much. It's a size 12. It's thick and I love it. I don't know, I'm just in a phase of it right now. I actually love how this spread turned out. The colors are so much brighter and more vibrant than I was expecting them to be. I really thought they were going to be more muted than they were. So here we are in my little sketchbook here, and believe it or not, this is actually the last 2 pages. So I'm going to fill them up and we're going to see how do these markers react on brown paper. All right, different paper, different reaction. I layered too soon and the paper balled up a little bit, but that's okay. I wasn't sure at this point how many colors I was going to use, so I put little swatches up at the top and the paper balled up, but it's okay. I've had way worse before, so I am just keeping a log of swatches on the side. And like I said, I was just enjoying myself as I go, and I personally wanted to see how the brown was going to react on the brown paper. I'm just really, I like to do creatures and animals, and I needed a brown, and I'm happy with the brown. So I ended up using all 12 in this particular illustration. Of course, I'm going to outline it, and it's going to tie it all in together, and boom, there we go, it's done. I'm very glad that I decided to go ahead and use all 12 colors on the brown paper. I was really impressed with how they turned out. They're beautiful. And of course, certain colors you need to layer and certain colors show better than others, but overall I'm very happy with how it turned out on this toned paper. And now I'm inspired and I want to go do the other side, but little man woke up from his nap. So that's okay. I'm going to enjoy the cuddles and I'm going to wait and finish up the rest of this sketchbook tomorrow. As you can see from my footage, it is indeed the next day and I'm still in a bear mood. So here we are in all its streaky glory. I wanted to show you guys, see how the pale colors are so thin and transparent, but look how nice they dry, that you don't see the streaks. You see the streaks now because it's wet on dry, but it's all gonna dry very nice and flat. But I wanted you guys to just kind of give you an idea of how it colors. And then look, it just dries really nicely. And they were right in the back of the packaging when they said it doesn't pick up the other colors. It doesn't end up ruining the tips or anything. So here we are. I did a nice little bear spread and I'm so happy with it. I love this bear in particular. He's so funny. I love the way it turned out. I love them both for different reasons. I'm really happy that there's a good brown. I decided to use different little elements in each drawing for both. I wanted them to both have hearts, and I used a blue nose, and I wanted to use the brown of the paper for the brown of the bear. I layered up the brown for the bear on the right, so the brown turned out differently to give a contrast between the paper brown and that brown. I wanted to give them both a chin, but switch it up so that there's cohesion and everything. You can see that everything was done around a similar time, but I really wanted it to be different. So maybe these sketches will give you an idea in your sketchbook, and you feel free to tag me if you want to, or leave me a comment and let me know if anything inspired you or if any of this information helped. But I really love this bear. He really cheers me up. And you know what? That concludes this sketchbook. I've been putting it off for a year to finish this sketchbook, but I finally decided to do it. So stick around. There's going to be a sketchbook tour of that sketchbook. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have a lovely day. Bye, everyone.